Welcome back to Book Break. In today's episode we are going behind the scenes in publishing. So I'm all laden up, as you can see, with the camera equipment, and I'm taking it all to the Cosmo offices where we're going to learn what it's like to work there for the books page. I'm here now at Cosmopolitan HQ, very exciting, and I'm here with Catriona and Dusty Baxter-Wright. Can you tell us a little bit about what your jobs are?
I'm senior digital writer on the website, and I mainly look after the student section and the books.
And I'm senior editor, so I look after pretty much everything in the magazine along with my colleague Amy that is not celebrity, fashion or beauty, and I look after all of the books content.
And I see you brought some examples here.
Yeah.
Can you have a look at some of the books pages?
Yeah, of course. So this was our coverage of the Big Book Awards, which was Hearst's inaugural Books Awards, and we were must-reads.
So what were some of the best books that you had on the shortlist?
The Queen of Bloody Everything by Joanna Nadine. It was all about kind of really complicated mother-daughter relationships, and it was set in the 70s. I just thought it was beautifully
I really loved
written.
it. I finished it this morning.
Oh, did you? Wow!
I thought it was so good.
Yeah, I loved it.
And how did you pick which books were in there?
So we had a really fun day where all the books came in, and then I got to sit in this room and like look at them all. I read them all, Giovanna Fletcher, our guest judge, read them all, and Farah read them all, and then we kind of all came up with scores together to come up with the winner. So I continue working through the pages. This is just if we do like we just knew we had to do like a holiday books, so we did a flow chart. Which
I love
like,
that. I really love that.
It's like going back to proper, like when I used to want to work in magazines, it was like, I want to do flow charts.
Sugar magazine.
It's like which celebrity will be your
Yeah, exactly. But this was like a themed one, which was just basically introducing the idea of superstar authors that you might not have heard of before, like a Japanese author who's massive in Japan, and kind of introduce them. Oh, and this was all about just celebrities seem to be, I don't know if you've noticed this, celebrities seem to be getting their own imprints. Stormzy, just as this page was going to press, announced that he was doing an imprint.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
And I was like, can I build my page back? He wants to help authors.
Young people of colour, doesn't he? Yeah.
But he could have announced it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we also did, actually noticed quite a lot of people were tweeting about this, the celebrities that have a lot of power over the book world. Like you guys did a Reese Witherspoon, Zoella, like if she gets a book, it goes massive.
That's really cool. So it's such a variety of different themes. And how does it vary from the online content?
It's slightly different online because we get our traffic through search and through social.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I am writing stories positioned at what people are Googling. A lot of our books content is theme-led. So it'll be books on mental health, books on body image.
It's targeted because it's people searching for a particular.
Exactly.
So who, and you two will have slightly different answers from this, but who is the Cosmo reader?
I would say the Cosmo reader, no matter whether it's the website or Snapchat, has kind of the same ambition. She's very, very ambitious.
She's like one step ahead with everything.
Yeah.
Fashion, beauty, like books, the things she's talking about. Really well informed.
It doesn't take herself too seriously with it.
In your process of choosing the books that are going in, what you can talk about, how do you interact with the rest of the books industry?
So I take a lot of pictures from charities and from publishers. They'll come to me and they'll say, oh, based off this one new release, have you considered doing a listicle on X?
With me, so I go for like a lot of breakfasts and lunches with books PRs, kind of ask them to talk me through their catalogues. I really trust their opinion on what's going to be the next big thing.
Can you give us any hints what's coming up?
Yeah, we've got non-fiction. I've been reading these big tomes, called it These Books Will Make You Smarter, and tried to pick out some really interesting facts from them all. And then I'm looking for ideas for January. So.
Wow. So it's a real contrast with like how far ahead you have to work with your more kind of got to be like what's happening now.
Yeah, absolutely. The furthest I can think in advance is that I know I'm updating my What's New This Month gallery.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know I'm going to have to do by the end of August. But other than that, I wrote something about All the Boys I Loved Before. That really was, Monday morning, saw it on Twitter over the weekend. So it is reactive. It's more kind of I know people will be Googling this, I know people want to buy the novel. I've got to get in there.
I used to write for Bustle.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
So I know about, like, my editor would just be like, oh, something's just happened, can you have an article in 40 minutes? And I'm like...
Yeah. Thankfully with books, lead times can be longer, but because I do, the celebrity stuff as well, that's like, hey man, Ashton's done this, and I'm like, oh god!
Yeah, go do it now.
Yeah.
How many books do you have to read every week?
I probably get 3 a day. I try and read the first page of all of them.
Yeah, I think I probably get between 3 and 6 books a day. I aim to read 1 book a week.
I read for pleasure still. I don't feel like I don't force myself to read things. Definitely if I feature them on the website, I want to have read a chapter or like, you know, skim through. Or often I get colleagues or friends that have read something, if they recommend something strongly, I trust their opinions.
So reading still feels like a fun
definitely,
it hasn't become short.
No.
A lot of our viewers, people who would obviously love books, would maybe love to work with books but don't think that the traditional publishing routes are quite right for them. I think it's really exciting talking to people who work with books in a different way. So how did you two get into your roles?
I think actually books is quite a good way because it's not obvious. So I think if you show an interest in something that other people do, like we didn't have time for books. Before January it was something that we didn't have time to write about, and then I made time and I was like, I want to take this on. And suddenly it's thriving. So I think like it's actually a great, like, you can shoehorn yourself into somewhere by saying, I have this passion. Why aren't you exploiting it? Because the chances are you can, you know, make a space for yourself with it.
Thank you so much for talking to me, both of you. It's been really cool sitting here in this amazing room. Seems like a really fun place to work. And do give this video a thumbs up and comment below if you have any questions. I'm sure we can pass them along. And do subscribe to this channel because we've got new videos every Thursday. Next week we're going to be diving into the gorgeous world of Kate Morton with her new book, The Clockmaker's Daughter. See you next time!